So, weg.
Yay, why is my video not working?
Hi, Anna.
Hello.
How are you?
I can see myself. Hold on.
I don't know if I'm on the correct one now. Is Steven and Jana benoemd?
Find how all of this works. And I think you're going to find it really interesting because we're going to be exploring some very interesting material together. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.
Again, guys, just as a reminder, while we've got people coming in here, because we're still about 5 minutes ahead of schedule, I'm going to be playing some videos here. This is David Schmidt, the founder. He's going into the scientific information behind the product. We're not going to watch the whole thing by no means, but we do have several things up, including 7 medical doctors. I'm not talking about practitioners, and I'm not putting down practitioners by no means, or chiropractors, but internal medicine specialists, etc. I'll be sharing some of that with you as well. My wife, I know, is in here somewhere, but I'm going to let this play here while we get more people admitted.
Now, I thought where we might start this evening, since there are so many scientific-minded individuals on the line. I understand we have quite a few healthcare practitioners on the line with us, but I might dig a little bit deeper into this presentation on the science than what we might normally do. So when we're talking about light therapy, what is so exciting about this is the idea that we can trigger very specific biochemical changes in the body with light. And we think about this, this is really extraordinary. If we looked at the pharmaceutical model, we know that a pharmacologist could spend their entire career, they could spend 20 years trying to figure out how to engineer and create a new drug to activate a specific receptor in the cell to produce a specific effect. So what's exciting about this is that we can use light to initiate biochemical changes in the body. And of course, because we're not introducing any foreign chemicals, there aren't going to be any side effects to this. So let's dig into this in a little bit more detail. How exactly does this work? Well, first thing is we often use the analogy that everyone accepts that you go out in the sun and sunlight is going to trigger a release of vitamin D. So very clear example that we all know to be true of how light will cause a chemical change in the body. This area is known as photobiomodulation. And one thing that's very interesting is that if we go back 10 years ago, the biochemical mechanisms for photobiomodulation, or another way we can think of it is low-level light therapy, the biochemical mechanisms weren't really very well understood. If we go back 20 years ago, light therapy was relegated to the area of quackery. Traditional scientists thought, no, this is a placebo effect, there's really nothing to it. And today, with over 5,000 clinical studies that have been published with people like Dr. Michael Hamblin at Harvard University doing pioneering research, Dr. Hamblin has over 400 clinical studies that are published. The mechanisms by which light therapy works and produces these changes are very well understood. Our company, LifeWave, has performed over 80 clinical studies in the last 18 years. So we have created an enormous body of scientific research that tells us how the patches work. Okay, well, let's just start over here. We see we have different wavelengths of light. And in this example, the wavelengths are in the near infrared band, but we can see cellular change in the visible band of light as well. But what's generally accepted is that, and what has been demonstrated and shown, is that wavelengths of light in the near infrared are going to increase production of cytochrome C oxidase. And this is, of course, very significant and important because of cytochrome C oxidase's role in the electron transport chain. And the electron transport chain, of course, is involved in producing energy from carbohydrates and fats in the mitochondria. So net end result is that we can use light to elevate energy production in the cell. And as a result, that net increase in energy in the cell can be used to drive different chemical processes. So if we want to, in our case, synthesize a naturally occurring peptide in the cell, this is going to be the pathway under which we're going to do that. And sorry, I know I'm going fast. I'm trying to get a lot of information in a short period of time. Now, as I mentioned, there are thousands of studies that are going to be in the literature. We're not going to have the time this evening, of course, to do an exhaustive accounting of all those studies. But just suffice it to say that here would be an example of a study where using near-infrared light to elevate cytochrome C oxidase is demonstrated and shown, and you can see that in the results of the study when you scroll down. Okay, now, why should we be concerned about this? Well, one of the reasons is that if we are interested in stem cells and regeneration, and we want to avoid some of the negative effects.
Just a reminder, guys, we got a lot of people coming in tonight. So I'm just letting David Schmidt, the founder and inventor, play for a little bit here. Another few minutes here before we get started. And then my wife will start this off. And so I'll let this keep playing while I try to get these people in.
Of stem cells, meaning that you inject stem cells, they're expensive. They don't always work. There can be contraindications. Sometimes the stem cells will divide in ways that are not beneficial or healthy. This certainly happened in the early days of stem cells. What if we could use light to elevate a peptide known to influence the activity of stem cells in the body? And that's exactly what we're doing here. Now, Dr. Lauren Picard has spent over 45 years investigating copper peptide. As a matter of fact, he is the scientist that discovered copper peptide. And there's two peptides here that we're interested in, GHK and GHKCU. The difference is that what we've seen in our studies, which I'll show you in a moment, is that first X39 will elevate GHK, and then GHK will bond with copper ions. It has a very high affinity for copper, and both GHK and GHKCU are going to show a number of metabolic benefits, but specifically, we're going to look at the role of GHKCU in stem cells. So here is a study that I think you would find of interest because it shows the role of GHK in regeneration. This was published in 2015. And the mechanism is extraordinarily interesting. When we think about how are human beings going to benefit from stem cell therapy, we often think in terms of injecting young, healthy cells into the body. And that's certainly one way to do it. But what if we could take the endogenous, naturally occurring stem cells that are already in our body and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? And this is one of the really exciting things about copper peptide. You can see here that one of the things that was discovered by Dr. Picard is that about 4,000 genes are regulated, either up or down regulated, but essentially resetting those genes to a younger, healthier state. So this means that the stem cells can behave like younger, healthier cells. Here's a later study that was published in 2018. And when Dr. Picard began to see the regenerative effects of copper peptide, he then, of course, naturally concluded that copper peptide must be showing a role in stem cells. And of course, it turned out that he was correct. And what is actually going on here? Several things to be very interested in. First, copper peptide is going to reset cells to a younger, healthier state by altering gene expression. Then those stem cells are mobilized through increased expression of P63. And here is a study that was actually looking at that. What happens when you elevate copper peptide in the skin? Now, not only will copper peptide increase the ability of stem cells to get to an injury site, but in addition, copper peptide has been found to revert the stem cells in the skin to pluripotent stem cells. So this means the total number of circulating stem cells increases. And in other studies that have been published, this leads to regeneration of damaged tissue. So we, of course, have done a significant number of studies, and you can find them here. We're not going to have time to go over all of these this evening. We have 9 clinical studies that we've completed so far on X39. Because of COVID, there have been delays in getting those.
I'm gonna pause it right here. Bianca, are you able to pick up on this here for a little bit? And I've still got a lot more people coming in, so let me just keep clicking on all of them.
Okay, if you can, Amy sent me, hi Amy. Amy sent me today a little description that's very interesting, and I want to show it to people. And I think you emailed it to yourself. It's something I emailed you, Steve.
Is that the, let me see if you talking about that, you sent it to me with your iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if if this is it.
Amy sent it to me tonight, and I just want to explain to people because it speaks about nanopart. They ask what's in that patch.
Is this it right here?
Yes, so I want to
Let
read
me
it up, but it's so blurry.
I'll blow it up for you guys.
Thanks. So let me read it for you, and welcome everybody here. And I will tell you my story today. I woke up with flu. I mean, I had these flu symptoms this morning. And yes, you can still get flu. That's completely different thing. So you can still get flu if, you know, and flu sometimes comes because we have a lot of toxins and garbage in the body that your body needs to detox. It needs to come out. So this is why in the winter months, flu often happens because we are so toxic. And so flu is sometimes actually a very good sign for your body, because you have to kind of don't eat only soups, have a lot of liquids, rest. And that's how I was taught in a nursing school when I was young. And they told us that flu comes out of garbage in the body, basically all the toxins. But what I want to say is Amy sent me this, and it has this word nanocrystals. Okay, so I want to read it, and then I want to explain to you. Oh yeah, when it comes to my flu this morning, I took Tylenol. That's how bad it was. And I texted Steve. I said, well, guess what? I came down with flu. It's going around. Everybody has it. A lot of my friends have it. They were texting me that they're very sick, some in California and everywhere. So I started that vitamin C, the lipospheric vitamin C. Okay. And I took 4 of them, and then I did every hour 1, just 1. And then afternoon, it hit me that I should put on glutathione patch. And this is the place where you should put your glutathione patch, right here. That's one of the places that's recommended, just where your thyroid is, right there. And within 20-30 minutes after applying this glutathione patch, I got up, I came to kitchen, and I started cooking Slovak dinner for my son. And I don't need to take any more medication at all. So it was like, I'm here. I didn't even think I will be here tonight. And I'm able to be here on this call. So I looked into glutathione patch a little bit more, and it says in there that it raises your own glutathione in the body by 300%. It's antiviral and it's excellent for inflammation, but it's so powerful, they don't recommend you wear it every day. That's how powerful it is. So they say 3 times a day, every other day, or sometimes only once a week is enough, okay? So it does not put any synthetic glutathione inside of your body. What it does, it uses wavelength, certain frequency of light, that stimulates your own precursors in the body to create a glutathione within minutes of application, and it's increased to 300%. So today I really myself experienced how wonderful that patch is when you have flu. So don't forget. Now, when you get that one, you don't have to get it every month because you don't have to use it every single day. I would start with one patch once a week. Be slow on this because it's that powerful, okay? And you know that glutathione is a master antioxidant, and it's antiviral and anti-inflammation majorly, and it's extremely good for skin and a lot of illnesses. Now, I used to be for taking glutathione, but every glutathione you take from the outside into the body is synthetic. Keep that in mind. And it's mostly not even absorbed and doesn't do you much good. So it's very difficult to raise glutathione in your body by synthetic one. Now, this one causes your own body from precursors like NAC, and other amino acids to create your own glutathione. And that's what I like about it. But anyway, let's read this, what Amy sent me. I think it was really good, well explained what photobiomodulation is. And as you're sharing this patch with others, it's really good to learn this word, photobiomodulation, and then look it up what it truly means and how this patch works. Now, it says in each patch are organic nanocrystals with new proprietary and patented crystal formations. Each patch has different proportions of combinations of amino acids, water, stabilized oxygen, sugars, and salts that each form a different crystal lattice structure because of the ratio of the substances contained therein. So let's talk about this. Don't be afraid of the word nanocrystals only because that's what was used, what's used by some evil people who are using this technology for wrong reasons. Nanotechnology is an amazing technology that can help people tremendously and can develop medical science to unbelievable proportions, because all it means, nano means micro, something really, really small. So something that can absorb into your body easily, and it can get into your body very, very quickly. So these nanocrystals also have ability to reflect or catch your own light, this low frequency red light, and catch it and reflect it back into your body. Now, does anything get into your body? No, those crystals don't get into your body. If you notice your patch, they are sealed off completely. They are used only for one reason, and it's to reflect the light, create a certain wavelength. Not anything, nothing is absorbed into your body at all. So also when you use lipospheric vitamin C, or also called liposomal, that's also a nanotechnology where they encapsuled microscopic vitamin C molecule so it can bypass your digestion, and within 3 minutes it gets absorbed in your small intestine into the bloodstream. So it is equivalent to getting an IV infusion of vitamin C. This is why the lipospheric vitamin C is my most recommended vitamin C for anybody, because it gets to your body very quickly and works very quickly. So don't be afraid of that technology if it's used for good reason, okay? I say nanotechnology is like a knife. You can use a knife to cut your steak, or you can use it to kill someone. So it's how you use the technology, okay? The patches are activated by our own body's light frequencies, such as infrared and visible light, that we cannot see with our eyes. Each patch is designed to specifically elevate a normally occurring peptide that our bodies produce. Because of the different structural formation and pattern of the different crystal lattice structures, each patch reflects different frequency back into our body that we are already making, thereby activating the production of specific useful and beneficial peptides that in turn activate different pathways in our bodies for long-term better health and function. The process is called photobiomodulation, light creating change in the body. The patches are latex-free, non-transdermal, which means that nothing is absorbed through the skin to the inside of your body, completely free of any drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and do not interfere with any medication. So if you are on petroleum drugs or Western medicine drugs, which I understand a lot of people just have to be on them, don't be afraid. You can use them simultaneously with the patches because it does not have any contraindication. So, okay, Steve, you're texting me, let me see. And we're going to be together with Steve next week in the middle of the week already. So,
All right, thank you so much. My wife is the genius on all these big
no,
fancy
I'm not
words.
genius. No, just like anybody else here, you're all geniuses. So,
Let me real quick just let you guys know too, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, stemcellboom.com. It's in the chat. Jason has posted that. He said, Mandy and I are sharing our favorite goal setting strategy as a workshop tonight via Zoom with some friends. So you definitely going to probably want to go jump over there if you're doing this as a business. We've got 39 people in here tonight, still got more joining. I'm anticipating still quite a few more to join tonight. Even as we're going along. I really wanted to, and I'm just clicking on them one after another here. Because we have a lot of friends in here that are product users, they're not distributors. We wanted to make sure that we talked about in the beginning here, because to us, the great thing about LifeWave are the amazing products. And I actually have, and I want to share the screen with you. I stumbled across this video, 7 doctors. And it's not too long. We'll play a little bit of it if it's all right with you, Yana, for me to do this too. But we got
yeah.
7 doctors, and these doctors are internal medicine specialists, etc. I even ran across a testimony on dementia. And again, the LifeWave product does not heal you, but what it does, as my wife has described so many times, it stimulates the or attaches to the copper peptides that stimulates your own baby stem cells. And if you are doing any research on looking for testimonies, I guarantee you, you're going to run into every kind of video you can find out there that's talking about stem cells. And like the founder, David Schmidt, said in the beginning here, he said that, you know, there's risk with injecting stem cells. There's things that don't always go just right. But when you're just stimulating your own stem cells, you're not hurting yourself whatsoever. You're only helping yourself. And so, you know, like I said, so it doesn't heal, but it helps your body to begin to activate your stem cells, and then your body is able to repair itself. And just a little bit after I play these doctors, I want to share with you this lady with dementia. You can tell her guardian that's caring for her cared enough to try to make a change in her life. And so it really is a good example too of what we call, where people think, oh, well, this is just a placebo effect. No, it's not a placebo effect, because I can tell you, when you got somebody with dementia, and as I watched this video on the one on dementia there, it reminded me of my father, who just recently passed away from dementia. I saw him in this lady, like unbelievably so, but after 30 days, and they did it every 10 days, and they videoed her again. It is amazing. So I'll shorten that one up here in just a moment, but let me Let me quickly share the screen for you guys, make sure I'm not leaving anybody out because there are people still popping in.
Steven, you forgot to record it.
Uh, no, it's recording.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
good, good.
So, and somebody else is recording as well. I did give permission, so we do have 2 recordings running. So in the event that my recording fails, whoever else I gave permission to, if you can just get with me so I know I don't lose this. All right, here we go. Let me go to the share the screen right here and voila.
Yeah,
These are the 7 doctors. It's 4.5 minutes long. The audio is not the best in the world, but it's very interesting to hear their comments about LifeWave products.
I'm a local general internist who specializes in integrative and natural medicine. For those of you from Tampa area, hello. I'm new to the area. We're taking new patients for the record. So my friend Rita Brandon, I met through some really wonderful like-minded people, and she kept bugging me about this. And she kept telling me that I had to check this out. And so I did, and I started recommending it to my email list and my patients. And then the reviews started rolling in. And people were happy. People were getting results that I couldn't get with supplements and diet and lifestyle changes in a lot of cases. And people kept signing up and people kept renewing. So that's how I got here.
Dr. Stillman, I've listened to some of your podcasts, so I'm pretty up on some of the stuff you got. And I'm really excited about the peptides. Now, we talk about the copper peptides. Can you kind of jump in and talk a little bit about peptides? Tell a little bit what's going on here and what you see with what we have to offer with the X39.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, peptides are really how this whole product works. Now, peptides can be anything from a few amino acids long, amino acids are the building blocks of protein, up to hundreds or over 100 sequences for amino acids long. When you start changing what peptides are doing, the way I look at peptides and proteins and enzymes is they're basically like the tools the body uses to get things. And what you're seeing when you're using these patches is the
If you can check your settings there, we do have some people that are coming through on the microphone. Just want to make sure you have your microphone muted. I try to make sure they're all muted as I go through myself. But that way we're not having the background noise pick up as well. Thank you.
manifestation of these proteins doing the work inside the body. And part of what finally, because I have a similar story to him, I was very skeptical. Renita would not stop blowing my phone up, and I'm grateful that she did. So with peptides, the way that these peptides work, at least, particularly the X39 and the X49, is they take free copper in your body and in your body's tissues and your bloodstream, and they put it to work doing what it's supposed to be doing in the GHK and AHK peptides. That's what you get the wound healing from. That's what you get the regeneration from. That's where you're seeing people's neurological issues go away. That was the thing that won me over, was particularly seeing people with the neurological issues give me testimonials and say, this has been amazing for my MS flares. This has been amazing for my foot pain, and nothing else has helped, et cetera, et cetera. The thing that I want you all to know about peptides is that peptides can also be injected. Now, why do they have to be injected? Because your stomach has got stomach acid and enzymes that break down the proteins, amino acids, and peptides. That's why you can't eat GHK peptide or AHK peptide and get the therapeutic effects that you would get with the lifewave patches, right? Otherwise, they put this in a pill, wouldn't we? Because people are ready to buy a pill. They're used to that. They're like a little bit more skeptical of patches. The thing is, if you're going to bypass the stomach, you have to put it through the skin. So what do? You draw it up with a needle. The most common peptide that all of you have heard of is actually called insulin. It was the first peptide used therapeutically in the world. Of course, it's a life-saving medication. But now we're using more and more and more peptides. The world of the anti-aging, regenerative medicine is just exploding with these peptides. Whole books are being written about them, more and more being characterized, more and more being synthesized. People are importing these from other countries, compounding pharmacies are using them. People are getting great results, but here's the thing. 80% of the public doesn't want to inject themselves or have their family inject them with anything. They just want to live their life and be left alone. The beauty of the LifeWave patches is that they provide the benefit of peptides without requiring the needles. And that was why I started to use them. The other reason why, and that's so important, is that I want you all to know that much of the disease that you're seeing today is related to minerals being dysregulated in the body. And I started to use minerals in my practice some years ago and was really shocked by the results. And that's why when I heard, oh, this is basically a platform that allows me to put minerals to work in the body, well, no wonder it's getting me great results. Copper in particular is really important because when copper gets free, it is not.
One thing I forgot to mention, and so I won't continue playing this right now. I forgot this is actually a series of videos of these 7 doctors that are speaking on it. So I will definitely, my wife said to drop a link in the chat box here for you. So I'll do that here in just a moment here. I'll drop that in there. Let me jump over though, because this is the lady with dementia. And I'm gonna have to skip through this video because it's an 11-minute video, but I'll get it started. You can see what happens in the beginning with this lady. And then we're gonna jump through a little bit. I'll fast forward it to the middle and then to the end, because whoever this was that cared enough about this lady, she will show you what she goes through. And by the way, when she asked her about writing her a check, it's a very sad situation. She's not doing it to be cruel or anything. She's just trying to get you to understand what she was suffering. And then you'll see what happens at the end. So just let's listen into this one.
Do you know what year it is right now?
I think it was 2020.
Oh, it is 2020, yeah. And do you know the date at all?
No.
Or the month maybe?
I'm not.
That's okay, don't worry, that's okay. How about, do you know the president? It's okay, you don't need to know any of this, you're not gonna get graded. How about naming 3 presidents in the past? Don't worry about it. In a week from now, we hope you just start rattling these off. Can you count backwards from 20?
2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Laughed off. Yeah, there's the accountant in you. Can you name your kids?
Sean and Claire.
And
Leonard and Sean Matthew.
awesome. And do you know their occupations?
Claire is, she's kind of like a business consultant, and Sean is an acupuncturist.
Okay. And do you know where they live?
Claire lives in Brattleboro, Vermont. Sean lives in Sarasota.
Okay. And how about their grandkids? Your grandkids, their names?
Hugo is up in Vermont, and then there's Kaylee, Thea here in Sarasota, and Rhea and Aria.
Great. And do you know what month Hugo was born? At all?
Hugo. I'm thinking it was December, but I'm.
Okay. And what about the 2 new babies, Aria and Rhea? Do you know when they were born? The month?
Just recently, so let's see. Aria and Rhea.
It's okay if you don't know.
I would guess in the fall, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine. And is there any way that you would be able to write me a check today for the cell phone?
Sure.
Okay.
That's my first.
Okay, so you're looking for your checkbook.
Yeah.
And we have been writing your bills for probably the past 6 months, so you don't have a checkbook. Right, and so this is something that we talk about pretty much every day. Okay, and
Okay, I'm gonna stop it here for a second. And she does look for the checkbook, but she doesn't find it. Now, one thing about dementia is that, like with my father's case there, if it's something they do every day of their life, they tend to remember that pretty well. Now, they did it for day 11. She was already improving on day 11, but I'm going to take you to day 21. So you can see a little bit better improvement after 21 days. Listen into this here.
Today's day 11.
Oh, that's day 11.
The date, the month. It's okay if you don't, it's okay.
Wait a minute, I may be on the wrong one. Hang on, let me find the right spot here. Here we go, day 21. Let's look at this one here.
All right, this is week 3, the end of week 3, day 21. Do you know what year it is? You're laughing. You're laughing. Do you know the month?
It's still January.
It is February now. Do you know the president? Yeah. Can you name 3 presidents from the past? Anyone?
Hamilton.
There we go. Yeah, I know him. From day 1, you knew how to count backwards from 20. Can you name your kids? Okay, and do you know what occupation Sean has? Yeah. And Claire, do you know what she does for a living?
Now, you'll notice she started being able to do things much faster. She knew president's words, things like that. Let me take you to the 1 month. This was the last part they did with her. And watch what happens here after 1 month.
So how do you feel over the last month being on this patch?
I feel really alert and good and with it, and I'm able to do whatever I want.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you say that because I'm asking you that question? I mean, what internally generated feelings do you have about all of it? I mean, have you observed things, or is it more that you are observing our conversations with you and what we tell you, or is there an internal sense? And just give me your most internal sense.
This is the internal sense. It's this sense that I'm in charge of my own life, and that I can move at my own pace and be who I am and interact with others in their village and follow the programs that I'm interested in. And hold my own, and whether I'm sitting alone, because sitting alone at a dining room table temporarily because people are just still coming in, which would have intimidated me before, like, what's the matter with me? It's like I know that by
If you notice though there, amazingly, the difference in her ability to communicate. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And so, I mean, I've witnessed it firsthand with my own dad and stuff as he went to dementia, and I saw the rapid decline that he went through. And what I saw at the beginning of this was like my dad, probably just a few months before he passed away, because then it attacks the organs and the organs shut down, etc. So seeing something this wonderful was really a true blessing for me, 100%. Anyway, Yana, would you want to pick back up here?
It was kind of hard to hear very well, so I don't know why the quality of the video. I also sent you, Steve, one video by David Schmidt, and I know you last time you couldn't put it up, but to me this is so important, and I'll tell you why. If there is any way you could play that. I'm doing a experiment with a gentleman who cut his finger with the saw. Remember Daniel? We met him in a store, and the doctors informed him they want to amputate his finger. And we kind of like met, and his finger was totally blue, very blue. And I met him to give him patches immediately, because that's just, to me, and this is an emergency, you just want to start him on patches as soon as possible. And he started X39 and carnosine. And when I met him the next day, he said that he showed me the finger. It came from blue color to pink. and it started being very sensitive. He felt tingling in it, and a pain appeared, which means that finger is alive. And he told the doctors he's going to wait and postpone the amputation and see what happens. So I'm going to be updating you on this. And the reason that I have, I'm doing this experiment with Daniel is a video that inspired me. And it was by David Schmidt, who was speaking and showing the testimony from, I think it was Danish 6-year-old boy who cut off his tip of the finger in a door. He slammed it in the door, it cut the tip of his finger off. And it showed how doctors saw it back on a request by his father. And they said that it will just die anyway, it will become black and die, and they will still have to take it off. And he just won't have a tip of the finger. So David Schmidt showed pictures after 2 months, and that's a little boy. So in adult, it might take a little longer. But after 2 months of X39 and carnosine every day, it became beautiful, pink, and brand new. So it literally grew his tip of the finger, like it came back alive. And that was the most amazing testimony. Of course, it's because of the stem cell activation. So what I wanted to encourage all of you here, we started this business last week of November, first week of December. And you guys bought the patches, you're using the patches. And I had about 2 people write me that they're using it 2-3 weeks, they don't feel anything. Those people who wrote me that, and of course, a lot of you are writing me with testimonies, they're absolutely amazing. And we're gonna do video with Steve next week, compiling all of your testimonies, and some of you may wanna come and talk about it with us. But those of you who don't feel anything yet, please be sure that your stem cells are being activated and understand how stem cells work. Some of your problems are so deep and you had them for so long, and the stem cells have their own intelligence, and they always go to the most emergency in your body. Let's say you want them to go to your back because it hurts so bad, but something is happening in your body that stem cells just saw it's more of an emergency for your life. And they are repairing that. What if they are repairing your cardiovascular system? Okay. And then they will get to your back. So you have to be a little more patient and wait. And the company does tell us, the inventor told us, give it a month for every decade of your life. So if you are 60, give it 6 months for everything. See what your results are going to be. And I had one lady write me. She said she was on patches since December 12, and she got them after our video. She said she got really discouraged for the first 2 weeks because she didn't feel anything. She's on 5 hydrocodones a day. And she wrote me all ecstatic saying, thank you so much, because that was the first day that I didn't have to take as many hydrocodones. And for me, this is major. This is major. So it came after 2 weeks for her. So, but now sometimes people have changes after 4 months. Today I watched video again with David Schmidt. He was on someone's interview, and one medical doctor who was extremely skeptical, but his wife made him to wear the patch. So his change came after 4 months, and then he called David Schmidt and he told him this testimony about himself. So please be very patient. Give it a month for every decade of your life. Just keep patching 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And you can, of course, look at all these other complementary patches, but don't ever replace X39 because that's your master patch. Why? Because it stimulates your stem cells. You want your stem cells activated. All these other patches are amazing, just like I am wearing here my glutathione today, see? And it helped me with my flu symptoms. So just look at all the products, and you can look at what you're going to add to X39, or if you can only do X39, if you can do one patch, do X39 for your long-term benefits. So that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, back to you, or if you want to
Okay.
talk business side of things, it's
Listen,
fine. We have
before-
Jason here.
Yeah, we have Jason here, and I did find the video. Elizabeth also sent me another one as well. But let's get Jason's going on to the other Zoom meeting
Okay.
call here in a little bit. So let's get Jason in, and then we can play that video about the finger that David Schmidt speaks about. Jason, take it away, my brother.
All right, my friends. Well, certainly a pleasure to see you all again and to be on and LifeWave has absolutely been extraordinary. You guys are certainly lighting up a path in this company. It's very inspiring to see what you all are doing and I just love anything I can do to help. And you got an entire army of people here to support you and all your friends. So just grateful to be here. But you know, when I got involved with LifeWave about 7 months ago, maybe about 7 months ago, almost 7 months, I was, you know, I was hurting quite a bit. You know, I had a really bad hip and was kind of gimping around the gym a bit, trying to get back into a healthy, active lifestyle. I've always been active, but I'd had a few surgeries in the early part of last year. I was a former Division I college soccer player, so I've always been very active. But I'm 53 now, so I'm starting to feel some of the things that I've earned. And, you know, so when I saw my buddies, Todd and Shannon, who you may all know as well, you know, I've got a long history with those guys in business. And of course, I've known Todd since the 5th grade. But, so when they reached out talking about the patch and the power of the patch, you know, I was interested because they had some really great bodily, pains that had been taken away in a relatively short period of time. So I'm like, I want to experience that. So I'm pretty open-minded. I don't mind sticking a patch on if it might possibly have some results for me. So I got with them, grabbed a patch, and literally within days, and it's not always days, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's months. But for me, it was days, and I think that matters. And so within days, my hip pain was completely 100% alleviated. And for me, that was the worst pain that I've had in my body. So when you get the worst pain that you've had in your body alleviated within days, suddenly I become pretty loud about the patch. And so very grateful for it. Grateful for the impact that it's had on me. The pain has not come back in 7 months, by the way. So it's you know, it's not a temporary fix. I mean, it works. And it doesn't just work when it's on, it works, you know, your body needs time to, you know, with the patch on, and it needs time with the patch off, but you know, it doesn't fall back, you know, you keep experiencing that pain-free bit. So that's been good. And then, of course, my blood sugar dropped by 35% in about a month. And that was really the only thing that I changed. So some of the deeper things that you'll have as a result of the patch are significant. You know, of course, I can't recommend the business enough. I'm not sure if you all talk about that much on here, but the business is, you know, I've been in the online business world since 2010. We've scaled significant businesses over the years. This business is quickly becoming pretty significant. I mean, it's, you know, I think we're over 1,000 builders on the team now, so it's starting to really build, and that's only 7 months. That took a year and a half in our former business. That was big. So I just want you to understand this is a tremendous opportunity. I think it was just voted number 2 on the home businesses. I think it was number 2 in the world in terms of growth. So it's pretty amazing, and it's easy to see because the patch works. The invention and the mind of David Schmidt is just sheer genius, and it's a blessing to be able to share it with others and help your friends feel better and sometimes look better. But it's for me, it's about the better health. It's about the betterment of humanity, and then for those that actually want to, you know, create a stream of income, you can do that too here, pretty significantly, I might add. So I'll send this back to you all. You know, I love talking about it. I could go for 2 hours about how much I love this company and what I see it doing for individuals. I mean, it's it really is incredible. But I'll turn it back over to you, Steve and Yana. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you, Jason, as well, so much for coming on, and we appreciate it tremendously. I'm going to play real quick for you guys, and I apologize. Cat that's been outside is now in here talking to me, but I guess he just sent his flag past me. Let's see here. This is the video here. Let me get the screen share on for you guys. Wait a minute. Where do we go? Oh, here we go. Got to get back over here.
This is from parents of a 6-year-old boy. Now, the 6-year-old boy caught his finger in a door, and this severed the fingertip off the finger. So they rushed him to the hospital and to reattach the finger. Now, the first thing is doctors told the parents that the finger was going to die, and that it didn't make sense to reattach it, but what they would do is take skin off of the thigh and simply cover up the end, and that would be it. And the father pleaded with the doctor to reattach it. And the doctor said, well, it's not going to work, but okay, we'll do it. So just as the doctor predicted, the tip of the finger began to die. So at this point, they apply X39 and carnosine. Now, keep in mind, they said that this wouldn't even work. And look what happens 2 months later. And I'll minimize that. 2 months after applying X39 and carnosine, the finger looks brand new. Now, not only that, there's another view of it. Not only that, when the doctor saw the results, he was absolutely shocked. And he said, first of all, this shouldn't be possible. Secondly, even if something like this were possible, it would take 12 months to see this level of healing. So there you have it. New testimonial on wound healing, absolutely incredible. And our prayers and thanks go out to this family, and so happy that this young boy could experience this healing, supportive healing with X39 and carnosine. So let's understand that a little bit.
So that one there, and there was one other one here, and it wasn't the one my wife asked me to put up, but I just want to see if I can pull it up here. At least I thought I had it here somewhere. I guess I do not. Oh, I know what it was. I tried to send it to myself, but it didn't work there. Oh goodness, we had a bunch more people trying to join in as well.
All right,
So-
Steve, I'm so sorry you don't see me when I have my hands up, but it's okay. I know you're busy. There's all kinds of things over there. While I had Jason on, I wanted to talk about him a little bit because he did share it the other day, and he's not here anymore. But
Jason's still here.
Jason, you here? I guess he can't hear me. I know he was going to another call. I wanted him to talk a little bit about the fact that, because I had some questions by people they asked me if it's okay for people who received transplants, like a donor, they received organs. And I know that company was saying something that, because they didn't do testing, and that's the only reason they don't have clinical testing on people who received organs donations. So they can't make a statement it's okay or not. But Jason,
He's coming in.
Is he coming in? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask him because I did have one question like that, so I wanna address this. Because Jason does have a donation of kidney, I believe, and he's using the product very successfully, so I don't think it would be a problem. Jason, well, I want to thank you for coming and you know, you're so busy and you still came over here. So I just want to thank you so much. But
you're-
I had a question by someone,
Okay.
if it's okay to use X39 if you have any kind of transplant or, you know, you received any kind of organ donation. And the company, when I looked it up, they don't recommend it only for one reason. One, that they don't have clinical studies done on those people,
Yeah.
but not that they can say that it's wrong or no good or whatever. But I think that you're a living example here, right? Because you did share that you
Yes.
have a, do you
Yes.
mind sharing that?
Sure, I can share, and you're absolutely right. That is the company's technical stance on things.
Right.
That's kind of the stance a lot of companies have on specific things, but you know, so I kind of guinea pig myself, I guess, in that capacity, and I just had my lab work done even a couple of days ago. So I frequently have my blood work drawn just because I do like to watch. All of my blood work that pertains to my kidney transplant, all of my lab work, creatinine and different clearance numbers and functional numbers are as good as they were back in fifth grade now. So as a result of the transplant, and they've not moved as a result of these patches. In fact, everything's only either stabilized further or gotten just a little better. And when it comes to that, so I've actually been very impressed because, there's a part of me that I knew that there were so many other benefits that come out of these patches. I just kind of wanted to take them, and I was going to give it 6 months and make sure. And I'm going every couple months. I'd go and get my lab work done, which is even more than normal. But I just wanted to really have a benchmark, and a trend, if you will, and everything is good.
Yeah, that's amazing. Praise the Lord. Jason.
I couldn't quite hear that. I'm not sure if I got some feedback, but
All I was saying, praise the Lord, Jason. I'm very happy for you. Yes,
praise
yes,
be to God.
Jason.
Grateful to
Yes,
every day.
exactly.
I had a living donor. There are people out there that are willing to give of themselves, and just God bless them all. So just grateful.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Jason. I
Thank
so
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
You. Sorry I kept you waiting for a minute.
No problem. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jason, 100% on this as well. We're not going to keep you guys much longer. We are going to just briefly talk a little bit about business side of this. And the reason why we don't want to keep you too long is because Jason and I think Todd and Shannon may also be putting that together. The one we posted in the description here for you just a little bit ago. Let me just pull that back up here. Stemcellboom.com. If you just type in stemcellboom.com, 9 p.m. Eastern, it's right after this call here. You can join on with those guys there. You may be even visiting tonight. We have 42 people that have came in on Zoom tonight. We're so happy so many of you made it. But you might, if you're visiting with someone that has joined in with us, just remember, get back with that individual. If you decide whether you want to purchase the products or whether or not you want to engage in this as a business as well. As Jason mentioned a little bit earlier, it's really amazing as far as even as a business. And to me, the only thing that makes it amazing is the fact that the products are absolutely life-changing. And when I say that, I am watching the testimonies coming from you, from our own lives, from people that we're seeing online as well. I go back because some people still ask me the question, maybe it's just a placebo effect. Well, my cat can't give you a placebo effect. And I know that they don't recommend putting X39 on your animals. But my cat could not jump on a bed. She had to claw her way to the top because of a neurological damage that she has suffered from a kitten. But that cat can run and jump all the way to the top of the bed now. No more clawing up. So no placebo effects for the cat, nor for the lady with dementia for that matter. But anyway, regardless, if you're here with a friend, get with your friend. And those of you that are already signed up as distributors, I do want to remind you, you have a right leg and a left leg. And some of you are starting to have people join in with you as distributors. You want to remember to watch that leg growth because you need 2 of your silvers to the right, 2 to your left to become managers. That's going to move you into that first level of income. And we'll go into that in our next broadcast. We'll really start breaking down a little bit more. We'll do it specifically for the friends that are wanting to do this as a business to better explain it. I'll go through the back office with you. I'll show you the tools in there. I want to create a video on our YouTube channel. Benoon X39 is our YouTube channel. And I'm going to create a video on how to sign up, just a simple one. And the office may already have all that in there, but we'll make it for you guys to make it easier for you to access it. And, but the important thing is if you've got 2 people that just signed up as silver, and, you know, let's say, or higher, and you're fixing to have a 3rd person come on, and let's say you don't know how to change your structure of your business from right to left leg, just ask that individual to wait. Contact us. Yana has a number for, I apologize for the doorbell there that just went off. But anyway, the thing is if you need to, you can text my wife or you can contact me either way. You can do it by phone or by, which Yana's got a business line where we can get back with you and we can walk you through how to change that over. It's very simple to do. Anyway, they'll, so just wanted to let you know. And then 2, we were just on with Dr. Darnell, and this is something we've been offering to you guys. If you've got a group you want us to come and do a Zoom with you in the group that you have specifically, by all means, please let us know. Dr. Darnell did that. We had about almost a dozen people in her group the other night. And so it was very, it's more private. It's more easier to answer any questions that come up. And we want to see you succeed. So if you need our help in doing that, by all means, get with us and we can help you with doing a Zoom. If you can't host it, we'll host it for you. But if you want to host it and just have us come and join in and encourage, we certainly will. I know Jason is and Todd and Shannon and Ashley and others may also be willing to come in to help. We appreciate them so much for their kindness and being there for us. And let's see, I don't want to keep rattling my jap because I'll talk too much here. Yana, any other final words? And then we'll just open up for any questions. If you've got any questions, if you want to go ahead and throw your hand up, we'll try to answer those questions. Jason, we don't want to hold you either. I know you're going to have to run, so you just feel free to cut out anytime, my brother. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Okay, Steve, I want to remind you to change screen from Jason, who's been on. Nice to see you, Jason. Like I have him big on my screen.
Oh, that's your computer. We've already changed it back to gallery long time ago.
Sorry?
So, yeah, it's just your computer. It was like that. So,
Okay, well, it was nice to see Jason anyway. So, but okay, yes, when we talk about business, some questions came up here. What is the quota per month? There is no quota at all. The only requirement for you to earn money with this is to stay in active status, to put your X39 on auto ship, and that's pretty much it. So if you use the X39 and that's what keeps you active because you have it on auto ship, that's it. I mean, if you sell, fine. If you don't, fine. I mean, it's up to you. So there is no quota. This company works so different than any other MLM as I was looking into it, and I call it network marketing. And particularly, personally, I was never attracted to network marketing. although I do like a lot of products, they're sold by network marketing. I have a lot of sisters in faith, in ministry that were sending me doTERRA and Young Living and products, essential oils that I completely love. So, but I never got really into network marketing. This has changed my personal life to such a degree that I told myself, how can I not offer this to people and help people? So the business side of it is kind of like a side effect that's very pleasant. And I really believe that companies so well organized with their way that you can make money while you're helping other people, that it can literally help you to create your little side income. Let's say, even if it's so minimal, like $400 or $600, $800 a month, quite quickly, very quickly. So ask yourself, what would you do with extra $800 a month? If it paid your electric bill, or would it pay your car? What bill wouldn't that help you? Or if you had extra 800 for your groceries or whatever. Now that I'm talking about minimal work, all you need really, and that's, you earn money just as an affiliate. So for products, when somebody signs up as a customer, just preferred customer, or don't ever recommend retail customer, because you're hurting them, because they are paying $50 more. So just preferred customer in your back office. It's a light blue color. They have to become preferred customers, sign up for auto ship, because remember, one month, you need more than that for your health and to see results. So have them on auto ship. They're saving $50 on a product. You are making $20 every month from every customer you get. So that way you become an affiliate. Okay. And that's when you don't want to do the network marketing of it, like the MLM part, but you can't help but get into MLM part of it anyway, because product is so good and people are so interested and so helped by it that they will contact you. So you don't even have to work that hard. And when they become, no, I don't like brands personally. That's like to get into it when you literally have no money, become brands if you want to be brand partner, and then have a plan to move up. And I think that Amy is on that path, and I am coaching her. So I love that Amy started as a bronze, and she has a very good plan to keep moving up. You can always move up to silver and then to gold. There is a platinum and there is diamond. Of course, the diamond is the best because you get a lot of products for wholesale price, and you get to choose which ones you want and try them and give them away to your friends and family. And when you become a brand partner, not only that you get discount, but you get these products in a price that you became brand partner with. So it's not like you gave money for nothing. You're actually getting the products, but you became brand partner. And now when you sign up people under you, you can make money. Of course, the best is, as I said, be in the diamond, but gold is the first good, very good. Platinum and diamond is the best. So as far as how company rewards you with what percentage, and when you are a diamond, first 14 weeks, you make money as if you were a senior director. So that's amazing, because mostly you can get your investment get back very quickly. And then you have a lot of support in here. Like, I have my phone number. If you need quick question, if you need a quick call, if I cannot answer a question, I call my upline, Todd and Shannon, and with a few minutes, you get the answer, you get help. If I can't help you, I'm going to call Ashley and she will call you. But I'm learning it so well now that I can pretty much answer a lot, and so can Steve. Okay, back to you, Steve.
We do have a question from Elizabeth, and also too, let me just quickly mention this before we go to Elizabeth here. Daniela says, I'll have to work my way up because I had to start as a bronze. Two things, Danielle, just so you know, and it's okay. Yes, you can work your way up as well, even if you start out like that. But also keep in mind, you can also upgrade. And the only time I really recommend the upgrading is you see that you've got several people that are interested, that are wanting to come on. They recognize that you know, you're gonna get some people that are just gonna want to be customers. That's perfectly nothing wrong with that. That's how you build it as a business. But let's say you do have some people that they're like, they get the idea that they could actually earn income and they really want to do it. That's when you might want to consider upgrading a little bit in order, depending on the level that you feel comfortable with, in order to best financially build it as a business. So you're not stuck at whatever level you're at. Elizabeth, go ahead.
Yana, I was hoping that you could bring up what we were discussing earlier today about the ancient rose essential oil together with the patches, how it kind of protects you from 5G. Could you bring that up?
Yes, yes, of course I can. And would I want to tell everybody here that why am I like quiet mostly during the day? I'm in a school. I'm studying functional medicine, functional nutrition, and I will be able to run some blood tests that doctors cannot run. So that's quite intense. And I have to learn very big details of the human body and then illnesses and how to recognize them from blood tests that most medical doctors don't ever run or pay attention to. So, and not only blood, but urine, stool, and saliva. So I am studying, and in the process of my study, I'm finding some products that I will definitely recommend. But patches are number one for me to recommend. And one thing I do want to speak about is a little bit, I talked with Elizabeth. A lot of people are afraid of the word frequency. You were wrongly programmed by somebody you heard that if you say the word frequency, you are a new age person or you're not a Christian anymore. That is a completely wrong information. So I would like you to reprogram that in your mind, because frequency is a real physics. That's the science. Okay, and it's sounds extremely ignorant with smart people when you say, oh, we cannot say the word frequency. Everything is frequency. That's how God has created us and things around us. So the flowers have frequency. When you use essential oils, and I'm not selling here essential oils, but I do highly recommend them. But when you use essential oils, and you can look it up, every single plant that you have essential oil from has a certain frequency, and they measured that frequency. So the highest frequency has the rose. Like, you know how we love roses, how they're given to us by our loved ones. Steve used to buy me roses all the time. So rose has the highest frequency, and the essential oil out of rose protects you from 5G because it raises your own frequency. And combined with patches and a rose essential oil is amazing protection from 5G frequency. And know that they are using 5G. They're using frequencies to hurt us, and we need to fight that frequency with a good frequency or higher frequency, better frequency, because there are frequencies that hurt you and frequencies that can heal you and help you. And this is what patches are doing. They're basically using those frequencies of light, infrared light. Our bodies give out light. That's just how God created us. We are light beings, okay? And that's like a new, very scientific way of healing, very different from Western medicine model, which uses petroleum to make very toxic drugs that mask your symptoms. They give you very immediate kind of relief, right? Hydrocodone, for example. And I'm not judging here. My husband has to use hydrocodone, had to use for long years. Now he is radically lowering his intake because of the patches, and he's expecting more and more benefits and completely get off of them. But so there is no judgment here at all for those who suffer. In fact, I'm very thankful that there was something that can help your pain, because living in pain is not good. It's definitely not helpful. So the Western medicine model is a petroleum drugs that give you relief immediately, but it's a basic lie. It's a mask of the symptoms, and condition itself is getting worse and worse and worse. What you want is healing from inside, from within your body. And that's why I'm excited about the new type of holistic treatment. So don't shy away from the word frequency. It's absolutely scientific. It's okay. So try to explain it to fellow Christians who are still thinking that way. Anyway, is that satisfactory, Elizabeth?
Yeah, that was very good, Yana. I thought that would be very good for people to know that combining some other natural treatments along with the patches
Yes.
will even make it more beneficial and more
Yes.
protective. All right,
Listen-
thanks.
Listen, real quick, we have, I believe it's a veterinarian in here and was asking about how to sign up. I'm just going to quickly just kind of give you a little rough idea. And keep in mind, if you're visiting here tonight because you've been invited by another friend, don't use my website to sign up with, use theirs. But if you're visiting because we've invited you, then you certainly can sign right up. So let me just share the screen here with you. Let's see here. Here we go. If you go, if you're visiting with us, it'd be lifewave.com/Benoon. And that takes you right to our website. You can go, you can explore, you can shop. If you just want to buy the products, you can buy products. But I always think it's very important, even if you're coming in as a customer, let's say you're not interested in this as business, go ahead and become a distributor. And I'm going to show you why. When you click that join, you get the discount anyway because you're the distributor. Okay. And then what it's going to do is going to show you the level of, that you can come in as. But when you sign up as at any one of these levels that you choose, a lot of people, including ourselves, we started just as a silver, but you get the product for the money you start with. And these fees are not a monthly fee, it's a one-time fee. You go in there, like let's say, for example, if you select become a silver subscriber there, and you choose that one, that you can see you're going to go right down through the process here. But once you choose that level, let me see, I think it's got a little bit too big here. Whoop, I messed up somehow, forgive me. Okay, let me take this back here. Yeah, we're just a little bit too big on the screen here. All right, I have to blow it up because of the visual issues for me. But when you select to be a silver, if you notice, for that price that I signed up with, if I sign up as a silver, the LifeWave is going to send me 3 packs of the X39 patches as me signing up at that level. At that time also, it's going to ask you, when you do that, it's going to ask you to do an auto ship on your next level. Let's say I'm going to enroll as a silver. Let's see. Nope, that's live chat. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, live chat people. I can't see what's behind the screen because it moved everything over on me. Oh, continue. That's what I wanted to click on. So I click on continue. Let's say I became a silver there. All right. And then you're going to get just what it shows you on there. If you're getting in this and you already know you're going to explode, you got a lot of people you feel like that are going to benefit, and you're wanting to do this as a serious business, then you may want to consider the higher packages. mainly because you get so much product for starting off with, you can use those as samples to give to people to try. And when I say samples, I personally do not think that X39 is a good product to sample. Silent Nights, yes. Eon, yes. That's for balancing your mood. SP6, absolutely. For hormones and for weight loss, things like that. There's so many products, and even the Ice Wave for pain, which I'm wearing. I wear doubles on the Ice Wave. I wear them on the arms for the heart meridian as well as on the bottom of the feet. So it deals with total pain for me, and you can wear it 3 days at a time. Things like that that work quickly to where people know the products work, great samples. X39, the reason I don't recommend that as a sample, unless you're trying to help someone that maybe financially can't do it at that moment. Now that's a little different. We do that as well. But the X39, you don't know if they're gonna see a result within a few days or a few months. And it really cheats a person to go in there and they try it and they go, oh, wow, well, it didn't really help me. You don't find that out necessarily that quick. For me, I didn't find it out that quick. Yana, yes. Jason, yes. Shannon and Todd, well, Shannon, yes. Todd, I think also. These are some people that got exceptionally results in a short period of time, but not everybody responds that way. And so you have to give that time. So it's not a good patch to start off with. But anyway, so what happens though, you select that, you decide to do it, you're going to save it, and then it's going to take you to the next step. You're almost getting done when you get to this next step here. This is going to put your personal information in. You'll fill all that out. Somewhere on here it is right here. Yeah, it's going to ask you about your personal website. What name do you want to give it? And I think it's a great idea to use something that's associated with you, whether it be your last name and then X39. That way, when you get your website, it'll be lifewave.com/ whatever your last name is, maybe X39 if your last name's already taken, so that when you go to share your website with someone else, it's simple and easy. They will give you an automatic one, but it's just a bunch of numbers. Well, how do you know anybody's really going to know that's you? So it's kind of important, in my opinion, to personalize it. Sometimes it's going to ask you also it's going to ask you every time, who referred you to this? Well, if they're on your website, you just click no, because you're already on the correct website. That's normally for somebody that's not on the correct website. But then you fill in, your information here. You agree to the policies, and once you agree to the policies, you hit that submit. I'm not going to fill all that. Then it goes just to the reviewing your information and your enrollment is complete. It's that easy to sign up. Very simple, nothing difficult. I'm going to do a video on this very soon, though, to where I go through every one of the steps so that you can see it. And that way you can share with people how to do that. Same thing I'm going to do is go into the back office and show you how to switch your leg. If you are working as a distributor, it's very simple to do that as well. And I don't remember how to do it. I just know it's easy to do. But I'll do that, and we'll put it over on our YouTube channel called Benoon. And let me just quickly show you that channel for those of you that, let me see if I can move this out of the way here. This is where we are loading. We load the videos that we do here, and then we're also we're trying to do product review things. There it is, Benoon X39 on YouTube. Just click on that right there. We did a video a few days, 6 days ago on the X39 and the Ice Wave, which was for pain. We're going to be doing another video this week, trying to do one video a week on other products. I think we're going to be doing it on Eon, which is the one for stress, and then also the cornicine, because cornicine is a complement to X39, and it's almost crucial to use it if it's someone that you're trying to help, let's say that's had a stroke, and also because it's what helps enhance the memory. So we'll be going into that next, and I'm not going to keep rattling on here. If there's any last minute questions there that we might have, want to address those. And thank everybody for coming in tonight before we end this. Yana?
Yes, I think it's good to keep it to 1 hour, Steve, just for people's attention. And also, so let's do a few questions and let's end this for tonight. Okay, one question was,
Yana?
yes.
So,
Amber.
so sorry, I do not know where the hand keeps disappearing on my screen, so I apologize for not raising my hand.
No
I
problem.
have a question concerning two young people in my life. One is a teenager who is dealing with a lot of anxiety. And so I know the Eon patch is a good one, but how do I explain young teenagers and even younger, they haven't lost their stem cells, correct? But when they have a ongoing issue, whether it be health or mental, does it still, will the X39 still work towards doing something with their stem cells, or does that just focus on evening out their brain waves or what have you?
All right, that's a good question. And what I want to tell you is that the only two patches that activate your stem cells is X39 and X49. The other patches are not dealing with stem cells at all. All the other patches like Eon, they use different wavelengths of light. Okay, it's a technology where different kind of wavelength is used and different chemicals are stimulated in the body. So, for example, the sleep one actually will fix within a few days. It doesn't, for me, it didn't work first night, but within a few days and we continually use, it fixes your circadian rhythm. You know how it has to kind of balance your circadian rhythm. So, and the Eon patch works on anxiety. It's really good for anxiety. So it has nothing to do with stem cells, different type of wavelength, different chemicals in your body. So I do also believe that even young people can use stem cell activation because consider the damages that we get. It's X39 is not only doing activation of stem cells, it's a big part of it, but it also deals with 4,000 genes and the repair of DNA in the body. And just imagine how much damage we get to our DNA from environmental toxins and from 5G frequencies and wrong frequencies. So it's okay to use X39 on children, also, although I don't think there have been clinical studies done, but when people used it, they use it with success. One of the Danish, you know, that Danish boy about the finger, how it sped up his, so I'm sure he has more stem cells than adults, which we need our stem cells that we naturally lose with aging, but it still benefited him tremendously. So that's all I can say. And we are not allowed to say anything about animals, and I don't want to cause any illegal problems for the company, but we are using it on our cat, and it's been a tremendous success.
Let me just quickly answer these two questions in the chat there. There is a patch though for animals that specifically the company's designed for animals.
Yes, Steve, but that one for animals, the AccuLife, I think it is.
Right, it's for
This one is
pain.
it's for pain, when your animal
Right.
is in pain. So
Right.
that particular one is exactly same one as our lifewave, by the way.
Right,
But I think that by law, they had to make a separate one, name it different, and they had to make it for the animals.
Right. Quickly though, we had a question on here, X39 worn with other patches. The answer is yes. You can wear up to 4 different types of patches. And of course, like in the case of lifewave and also in the energy patch, those are a 2-patch system, but it only counts as 1 patch. So because of the detox effects, I don't recommend more than 4 consecutive patches at
Hold
one
on, I
time.
want to bring something here to people. So talk and I'll bring something, okay?
And if
Second.
you, okay, and then the other thing is the difference between X39 and X49. So when Yana gets back, I'm gonna have her explain the difference between the 2 of those. X49 though was, I believe it was developed before the X39 patch. And I know that the X49, this is the patch that was actually designed for the Navy SEALs, if I remember right. Is that right, Elizabeth? Because I know you had popped up that one video, and I think that's the one that talks about the Navy SEALs. Yana, isn't the X49 for the Navy SEALs? That was the one designed for them for energy and stamina? Because somebody was
I
asking.
don't know if it was X49, but I think the energy pack was the one.
Yes.
And actually what it gives you, it's not like you don't get the jittery feeling like when you take Red Bull, which I don't recommend at all, very dangerous. But when people get Red Bull or a lot of coffee, and you get this energy, but it's different. But what it does, it's a very natural feeling. It just keeps you up, like very, very natural. So I don't know how to explain it until you experience it yourself. But what I wanted to tell you, when you get your patches, okay, one sleeve has 30 little patches in it. So one sleeve equals to 30 patches, but you will get with it a little brochure each time. And in that, it explains to you exactly where you should place it, what it does. And I actually took my time, and now I read my locations, because in the beginning, information is so much and you're so confused, but it will take you about a month to really learn everything. And the company really sends you all the information and placement where you should put those patches. Like, for example, for my glutathione, it showed me one of them is right here that's very effective, okay? So this is where I put it. And then sometimes you have it right here. And those are your acupuncture points. And those are the points where company did their clinical studies. So in a case of X39, it is on your C7 point here on the back, neckline, or below your belly button. These are the 2 that they did clinical studies on for stem cell activation. However, they claim that if you put it on even on any, like even on your arm or everywhere, it will still work. So I like to use it on where the clinical studies were done. So I take my X39 and I put it on my neck, and the next day I put it below belly button, and I keep rotating my location. So that's the way I use it.
All right, guys, we don't want to keep you guys any longer.
Okay,
So,
somebody asked Steve, ice wave patches for 3 days. That's Steve's personal experience. And yes, you can keep them on until you personally feel they stopped working. And for me, ice wave worked 2 days. Steve is keeping them on for 3 days. So it's kind of subjective.
yes, absolutely.
No,
So,
not any other patches. I don't recommend that you use X39 for more than 12 hours. They get deactivated after 12 hours.
right. And well, the thing is
So,
too, with the X39, the reason for not wearing that more than 12 hours is because you're also needing to give your body the time for the stem cells to do their job and give your body that time. It's like a recuperation period. You've activated them for 12 hours. Now you give your body the rest so that those stem cells can go to work inside of your body. That's the main reason for that there. And also, I think, Amber, one of the questions that she was asking about this, as you get older, you're not producing those stem cells, but the stem cells are still there. They're still in your body. They're not, for some reason, the body's not activating them as when you were young. And I guess in the case of some younger, like children and stuff, it could be that for some reason theirs are not activating properly to go to do the repairs that they should be doing. That may be the reason why, like in the case of my grandson recently, I found out that he has type 1 diabetes. What caused that to shut down? And, you know, his stem cells should be repairing the problem, not allowing it to happen. I don't really know the science behind that. Anyway, I don't want to hold you guys any longer. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Just Yosa is asking if it's good for blood pressure. I'm going to look for, I'm watching all of David Schmidt videos. I'm taking my time learning this product so well, because when you become a distributor, take your time. I mean, when you have a business, you need to learn it inside out. So please just study, listen to inventor, I mean, it's okay to listen to other distributors, but they can make mistake. Listen to actual inventor, and people who interviewed him. I mean, I would love to interview him, and I let it be known to my upline. So I hope that at one point he will. I'm sure he's very busy, but he had one show where he actually proved in a clinical studies that blood pressure overall is going to come down with using X39 patches. I don't think the results are immediate, but overall the blood pressure will come down. Not to mention that X39, when it's used with X49 together, X49 is known to completely renew your whole cardiovascular system within 6 months of use. So that is tremendous, I think, for cardiovascular problems. I know that X39 is extremely good for renewal of your regeneration of digestive system, and that was exactly Steve's experience. So I guess that for him, the stem cells with their intelligence recognized that his emergency was digestive, not the back. He can still live with the back, but digestive was like emergency. And that's where they started working majorly. And he really has great results with his digestive system. So another question here. And then with that, we're going to end, and we will see you next week. Thank you for doing this Zoom. You're very welcome. Some interesting information. And if they're shipping to Ontario, Canada, yes, they will ship. Guess what? We have Czech Republic people that signed up from my country, and they got their patches no problem within a short period of time. The company is global. Also know that that's very important to know for distributors. You're not in some fly-by-night product, because it took 20 years for the David Schmidt to do clinical studies and make sure that he can prove that this product really works. He invested $4 million into this. So you have a product that's patented, and you have a product that has over 80 clinical studies, and that's major. Okay, and they're all published. So what's next?
We're going to go ahead and close out. Just as a reminder, those that are listening though tonight, this will be available. I recorded this, and it will be available on our YouTube channel called Benoon X39. I'm just going to quickly go back, share that screen with you so you can see that. So Benoon X39 is the YouTube channel that we're using. And this video tonight, because we had almost a dozen people come on here in the last 10 minutes. So you'll be able to watch this Zoom meeting in its entirety. Thank you so much, because especially at the beginning, we really go into a lot about the product. Those of you that have just come on that are wanting to know more about the product, we're doing reviews on the different products ourselves, just 2 at a time, and we'll do more this coming week to share with you. Anyway, thank you for joining us.
I just want to say quickly, can you drop for them our link for sign up? Because some people asked, just our link for sign up, and then also Jose, if you can please email us, and so drop them our email address, because he wants me to email him the link where David Schmidt speaks about the blood pressure. So if you don't mind, drop our
I'm working
email.
on it. Working on
We
it
also
here.
have a Facebook. I need to get more active on Facebook. You know, it's
Oh,
something
yes.
for
I'm
me
glad you
personally.
mentioned
I just,
Facebook.
I got so angry at my own private Facebook because they had me in jail so many times for speaking, that I just don't like these people. I don't like Facebook, but I'm gonna force myself to go to that Facebook. Okay.
It's
So,
not
Brother
wanting to
Jose,
put
can
it
you
in.
email us with what you want? That way we can see it in front of us, and hopefully I will get to that email soon. Because I won't remember just to email you. You have to probably just, if I have it in front of me, because I'm dealing with a lot of people. Okay, so email us your question and what you need.
It's
It
not
is
letting me put it in the screen. Let me just show you the screen
not a
real
screen,
quick.
I mean chat.
It's not allowing me to put it in there.
How come?
I don't know. So
Okay, so
anyway,
it is
it
Benu.
is you got to do the https://lifewave.com and then /Benun, BENNUN. That'll take you straight to our website, and you're able to do whatever you want to do once you get there. Also, too, we are on Facebook. And if you want to join us over there, I'm going to try to pull that up for you real quick as well. And
Just
let's
remember, if you need our email, it's benunx39@gmail.com. So benunx39@gmail. Facebook is the same, benunx39. We are trying to keep everything the
a little
same.
bit similar, but it's Benun X39. The LifeWave is what it's called. And so you can come in there and join in there. We're posting different things that we find, including testimonials, things like that. We're dropping all those things in there to help.
Do you see my
create
phone
a
number
one-stop
there?
place.
Right there is my text, 321-305-2991. And that's my business line. I used to be my daddy's phone that he was with us on a plan, and I still didn't get rid of that phone. So I'm using it instead for this business. So if you text me over there, any question, I check it once a day for that reason. And I will be sending you some information as I get it as well. And I can arrange a private phone call if that's what you need. What else do I want to tell you? Well, it's just, I think I'm done pretty much, unless Amy, you have a beautiful smile, sister. I will talk about your testimony next time. Maybe we can have you on, okay?
Yeah, no problem. That's fine.
Yes. I still didn't read it. I had no time yet.
Oh, it's okay. One
But
day
you
at a time.
told me you have it, so
One day at a time.
yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay, yes, Stephen, except people on Facebook, there are